All right, the background to the Yugoslav wars, what's going to be happening in Yugoslavia in the late 80s and the 90s up until around 2004. Now, Yugoslavia is going to be historically a kingdom of southern Slavs. It's going to form in post-World War I of countries that were a portion were kind of unified around the former Austro-Hungarian Empire. During World War II, they're going to be occupied by the Nazis and the fascists. There's going to be a resistance and a rebellion, and they're going to take out the Nazis. Okay, it's kind of important to understand that of the countries of Europe that were occupied by the fascists during World War II, Yugoslavia is going to be the one country and the one region that really kind of liberated themselves. They didn't have the French, the British, the Soviets, or the Americans come in and kind of break it up for them and defeat the Nazis. It's kind of an oversimplification right through there. But they did it themselves for the most part. There really wasn't an allied invasion of Yugoslavia like you see in France, like you see in Poland, like you see in Germany or Italy. That's not going to be happening in Yugoslavia. The communists are going to hold... Okay, so... moving forward, after World War II, there are going to be elections held in Yugoslavia November 11th, 1945. In this election, the Communist Party is going to win all 345 seats. So you can see right here, it is turning communist. Tito was going to be the leader of this rebellion. He is going to be a communist as well. So we're going to see this happening. This is then going to go about and form the Federal People's Republic of Yugoslavia, which is going to be officially formed about a month and a half later on January 1st, 1946. They're going to model their constitution after the constitution of the USSR. So they're modeling themselves off of the Soviet Union at this time period. They're going to be kind of buddy-buddy with the Soviet Union up until about 1948 in an event called the Tito-Stalin split. And this is going to lead to kind of the creation of the non-aligned movement. So right now we're in the middle of the Cold War. The United States and the capitalist countries divided against the Soviet Union and communist countries. So you would think ideologically Yugoslavia would be aligned with the Soviets, however, really down to kind of like a cult of personality and personality differences between Stalin wanting to control all of the communist world, Tito kind of saying, you're not going to push me around, the civil war in Greece, Tito wanting to get involved, Stalin wanting to stay out. They're going to have a bit of a breakup, and it's not going to go over very well, which is going to lead to the non-aligned movement. Yugoslavia is a communist country, however, it would also kind of bridge the gap with the West in a way that you did not see with the communist countries that were aligned with the USSR. During the time of Tito, nationalism is going to be completely repressed. As you can see earlier on the previous video, how we're talking about this region having a bunch of different kind of ethnic groups and cultures. Tito is going to suppress that for a greater Yugoslav nationalism versus the nationalism of Croatians, the nationalism of Bosnians, the nationalism of Serbs. Any kind of remnants of that coming up, Tito would stop in support of the nationalism of Yugoslavia. Now, Tito is going to die on May 4th, 1980, and Yugoslavia kind of just continues going as if Tito were still alive. There's no real strong leadership, and that's going to bring about a number of issues. Now, into the 1980s, as I was saying, Tito's death is going to lead to an absence of strong central power, which means it's harder to keep this ethnically divided nation of Yugoslavia unified. It's simply challenging these ethnic individuals that are trying to bring about their ethnic kind of nationalism for their own political gain are going to be coming into power. We're going to see this with Milosevic in Kosovo, and in Serbia we're going to see this with Croatians. We're going to see this with Bosnians in Bosnia-Herzegovina, the Bosniaks. We're going to see this with the Croats in Bosnia-Herzegovina. We're going to see this with the Serbs in Bosnia-Herzegovina and in Croatia. Slovenes as well. You're going to see this kind of revived nationalism in these Yugoslav republics. The Slovenes, the Croats, and the Kosovars are going to be desiring more independence within their federation. They're going to be kind of wanting to be more independent and more nationalistic, more themselves. Serbia is going to be wanting a stronger federal authority. Serbia is the largest ethnic group in Yugoslavia. They're also going to be the most powerful country and the largest country, and the capital is located within their border as well, in Belgrade. They're going to want more federal authority. The Kosovars, the Slovenes, and the Croats are wanting more independence. So you can see right here, there's a tension kind of brewing. Nationalism, again, is rising in all republics, not just in those three regions. It's going to be rising throughout all of Yugoslavia, and that is important to understand. Additionally, there is virtually no federal leadership by the 1990s. Okay, so Tito is going to die, kind of the federal leader of Yugoslavia. Once this happens, for the next 10 years, Yugoslavia really lacks any form of strong central power, and there's going to be virtually no federal leadership in Yugoslavia by the 1990s. Without leadership, and you have a bunch of nationalism growing, people thinking that their country should be this way or this way or this way, it's going to cause a number of issues, and that is where we're going in the next lesson. Questions, comments, put it down below. I'll see you later. Good luck.